The Proforce comes with a wireless remote control that operates start, stop, throttle, and blower nozzle direction. Start the engine manually for the first start of the day or when the engine is cold. Activate the choke and turn the key to start the engine. After the engine is started and running smoothly, deactivate the choke. Never start the blower when it is not attached to a tow vehicle. If the engine fails to start, wait 30 seconds and try again. After starting the engine manually the first time each workday, you can use the remote keypad to restart the engine. Hold each button for at least 1 second in the following order. Press and release the Start button. Then press and release the Rotate Left button. Then press and release the Rotate Right button. This unlocks the Start key function. Then press and hold the Start button until the engine starts. To increase engine speed, use the Increase Throttle button on the remote control. To decrease engine speed, use the Decrease Throttle button. Use the nozzle direction keys to adjust the blower nozzle angle to effectively target and move the debris. If you accidentally press the Start button during operation, the keypad will temporarily lock out and not allow use of the remote. The remote will function properly after waiting 5 seconds. The Proforce and remote control are designed with a timeout feature. The engine will stop and the remote control will become inactive if the remote is not used in any way for 2.5 hours. You can keep the remote control active by using any control function on the remote control periodically. If the remote control times out, turn the key switch on the blower to the off position and then back to the start position. This will restart the engine manually and reactivate the remote control. If the engine is turned off, but the key is left in the on position, the remote control will remain active for 2.5 hours. To stop the engine, first press the Decrease Throttle button on the remote control to slow the engine to mid-speed. Then press the Engine Stop button. If the remote control that comes with the machine is damaged or lost, it can be replaced. The new remote control must be synchronized with the unit. This process is outlined in the operator's manual. Once you are confident of safety in your work area, you are ready to start the job. Always be aware of buildings, landscape features, vehicles, and people that may be in the path of operation. Do not stand by the nozzle. Blown debris can cause damage and can be especially dangerous to other workers or bystanders near your work area. When you get to the job area, perform a visual inspection before starting the job. Look over the area and remove any branches, stones, or other obstacles. They could be thrown and cause damage or injury. Be careful to point the nozzle downward as much as possible. This reduces lateral throw of the debris that might hit objects or people. Drive at a slow pace, keeping aware of any objects or bystanders that might come into range of the blower discharge. If someone enters your work area, immediately stop the blower engine and wait for the area to clear. Never step in front of the nozzle when the engine is running. The blower creates considerable force and could cause serious injury from thrown debris. Do not operate the blower and tow vehicle on steep slopes, which could cause a tip or rollover. Do not approach bunkers, drainage ditches, water features, or ledges. Only operate in areas with plenty of room to turn. The Proforce Model 44539 with a U.S. Department of Transportation approved trailer has tires, hitch, and lights to meet Department of Transportation requirements for use on public thoroughfares. This U.S. DOT-approved blower is identical to model number 44538 except for those important features. This model has wheels and tires for higher transport speed and use on roads or more challenging terrain. Tire pressure should be checked and maintained at 35 psi or 241 kPa. Inspect the tires regularly for wear and damage. Also, check the lug nuts periodically to ensure they are snug to the torque in the operator's manual. The tow hitch is equipped with a standard 2-inch ball and auxiliary safety chains. Ensure the wire harness is properly connected to the tow vehicle and the hitch is secured with the lock handle and locking pin. Check the tail and brake light operation on the tow vehicle and blower before taking the blower onto public streets. Point the nozzle up when transporting the blower for maximum ground clearance. The Proforce model number 44539 can transport at up to 55 miles per hour or 88 kilometers per hour. Always obey posted speeds and use special caution when crossing intersections or in congested areas. Start, stop, and turn gradually to avoid risk of rolling the blower trailer. Park on a level area and use chalk blocks. There are no brakes on the Proforce trailer.